Blackwell is going on the record for the first time in the case of a woman hit by a Cincinnati police cruiser. Police tell 9 on Your Side Officer Orlando Smith was responding to a call with his lights and sirens on when he hit Natalie Cole Saturday night in Over the Rhine. Witnesses say she was thrown about 40 feet as she crossed the street. She remains in the hospital and Smith is on administrative leave. Reports today say the condition of the woman has gotten worse.
And within the hour, the new police chief has briefed reporters about the incident. He showed video from the scene. Our team coverage begins with 9 on Your Side's Natasha Williams. She's live from the briefing. Natasha.
Tanya, he did take us through that accident in a fashion that went from the very time the officer left the first scene he was traveling to the moment of impact. But at that point, we need to point out to you, the camera was not rolling. It's very important to point out the camera stopped rolling before he actually hit 36-year-old Natalie Cole. Now, we're told that the 19-year veteran Orlando Smith was on his way to help another officer who was in trouble at the time when he got into the accident. Now, the chief tells us he and several of his commanders and lieutenants have looked at the evidence so far, and they believe that he acted in a way that was responsible in accordance to the emergency situation.
I'm sure noticed that the tape stopped before there was any impact with pedestrian. That is something that was a malfunction of the system. It has happened before in emergency vehicle operations or pursuit driving, oftentimes with heavy braking, bumps in the road, heavy acceleration. The camera system is somehow disrupted. The electrical system suffers a malfunction.
Now, Chief Jeffrey Blackwell also said that was a 2008 Crown Victoria car, and that particular car, the camera stopped in that car, and they've had problems with this particular model and that particular car happening before. But he says at this point, they believe that reasonable measures were taken in accordance to this accident. Now, my colleague Jason Law has been working on this story all day long. He's going to take a look at the officer's record and tell us more about that. Jason.
And Natasha, the I-Team has been digging into the background and just who Officer Orlando Smith is. We know he joined the Cincinnati Police Department in 1994. He has not had an accident since 2003. However, between the years 1996 and 2003, Officer Smith was involved in 6 different accidents, and he was found to be at fault in 5 of those 6 accidents, totaling damages of more than $17,000. Accident in 1996, 97, 98, 2 in 2001, and then 1 in 2003, all involving a Crown Vic, an on-duty police officer vehicle. Now, we did get a chance to ask the chief about Officer Smith's driving record, its relevance in Saturday night's accident. At 6 o'clock, I'll tell you what the chief had to say. Also, the Cincinnati Police Department has a policy that while an officer is in emergency mode, meaning that officer, him or her, driving with their lights and sirens on, the policy is for that officer to travel 20 miles an hour over the posted speed limit. We know the speed limit at the time of the accident on Vine Street was 25 miles an hour. We'll tell you what the preliminary report says Officer Smith was traveling at. It did break policy. And I'll also tell you what the chief had to say when I asked him about that. That's all coming up, all new at 6 o'clock. For now, we're live. Jason Law, downtown, 9 on Your Side.
Thank you, Jason. Also